Alright, we got recording. I just realized I did not delete the old files. There we go. I don't need them sitting there, basically. Okay, so yeah, continuing Titan Quest 2, which I have played some more on a new character. I did make a new character, so it could be just me playing and having some fun. I also really changed the controls. So first, I guess looking at the ability slots, I put them all onto the number row, which that is how the original Titan Quest is. But I have also moved to giving myself Wazda for a movement. Oh, I also put healing on Q and energy recovery on E. The two potions, Q and E, are there, so immediately accessible. There is one thing that I wish were different about the abilities. I'll get to that a little later. But also, by default, when you select Wazda, it only goes to ability or interact, so the mouse no longer moves you at all. We have it to this, so I can do either. At times it can be a problem, but yeah. Okay, so this is the one that I made, so advanced fair amount, and got about 5.5 hours in. This is the one. Oh, and also I've been throwing things in the stash. Cannot access the stash yet on this guy, but I've been throwing stuff in the stash, so in theory he may get access to that. Some better gear once we get there. But yeah, so let me show you what I do find a little annoying about the controls. Okay, so yeah, so I'm on Wazda. I wish that, yeah, actually, yeah, do that right now. So that I wish had its own dedicated button, kind of like this. I also wish that these weren't, like 9 and 0 were their own things. Were also abilities here, not space. And so attack is free, and space can also potentially be free, the dodge. But yeah, I do wish that were the case, but sadly that is not the case. Maybe they'll change that. Okay. It's been a week since I've even looked at this character, so I did need to check. Alright. So... Alright. What are the things I got to... Oh, yeah, okay. This has not been much of a week for, Do I actually want to hang on to any of these? I don't think I want to hang on to either of those.
Colt took most of it.
That is also something I hope that they end up changing. I'm sorry, I want to talk to the trader. Just open up trading. I don't want that. That's annoying. They have to click that. Anyhow, yeah, so I just have two... this has not been a busy week for news, which I can't complain about. But it is the case. Oh, okay. I doubt that's better than what I have. Yeah, I think cooldown rate I'm gonna want. The heck? I do not know why that is not loading up as it should.
Griffin a good thrashing, will.
There it goes. Yeah, a little news, and really what I have to talk about during this, so I guess I can just focus on the gameplay, which I'm also good with. One thing is just, I don't know the amount of accuracy to it, just because I don't know, but how, at least supposedly, and I don't think it is just supposed, I fully believe that this is true, that YouTube has decided that engagement must require not just... Well, that it's not enough to just watch a video to count as a view, you also need to interact. I had a kind of conspiracy theory thought on that. By the way, see how... well, he's not doing it anymore, but how he was actually stepping back. My character was taking steps back. That's because I was holding A while attacking. So that's probably the reason why I wanted to turn on Wasta. Well, just to have the movement controls anyway. Anyway, coming back to the YouTube thing, the thought that occurred to me, because this will, by requiring a viewer to be more involved in order for it to count as a view, as an interaction, what had occurred to me is that technically means then that all the numbers are depressed. Right? So somebody that might normally get, just for the hell of it, pulling out numbers from nowhere, 1 million, normally, under the old rules, 1 million views, might now only get, say, 100,000, even 10,000. Like, it could be an order of magnitude. In fact, I can believe it's 10,000 because lurkers wouldn't count anymore, right? Which, by the way, I don't monetize, I don't care to, so I'm not talking about this to suggest anyone start doing that. That is interesting. You do not heal when you level up. We'll do that, though, so it shuts up. And I do want this. There's a reason why. But anyway, what occurred to me is I wonder if they're intentionally depressing it, because that way, like, if somebody on YouTube has their own personal sponsor, so this isn't the case. But let's just say if I were actually somehow sponsored by THQ Nordic for playing this. I am not. I bought this game, and frankly, I bought it with my own money because I wanted it. Even if they offered me something, I'd probably say no because I want to just enjoy this, and that I'd be doing with just to enjoy it anyway. I'm doing these videos just to enjoy it anyway. I don't need any sponsorship. But if that were the case, they would suddenly go, "Hey, your views dropped from 1 million down to 10,000. So why should we be spending any money on you?" So then that may force the people, or at least encourage people, to, instead of seeking out their own sponsorships, to go through YouTube monetization, which means YouTube ad revenue, which also means YouTube's ads, which they probably get a fair amount of money on it. That I could see being a way, and this is kind of conspiratorial, to draw the draw people back to them, so you'd have more reliance on YouTube ads, which makes them more money. I could believe that that's the case, because it is just stupid enough of a concept to see some people trying it, not remembering. But if we do this to everyone at the same time, the sponsors will realize what's going on and understand why the numbers fell, so they're not going to change anything. I'm saying, yeah. I mean, I have a different channel where such a sponsorship would be kind of neat to get, not with THQ Nordic, but just in general, that'd be kind of neat. I never intend to turn on YouTube monetization, though, because I don't want to intentionally have ads put into a video. They're annoying enough if they're there anyway. Alright, there's a reason why I selected this one, by the way, because I've already fought the Griffin, and having something that I can just slap down at a range, that would be good. I'm not even sure what flow is, but overwhelm I think I have been getting, so go with that. The Griffin has an ability that is large enough that actually will be proving very helpful. Alright. Yeah. Okay. That just having the greater distance will help. I would have preferred to upgrade the this attack, though. But I think I may be able to get another level before reaching there. So I guess one thing I should also mention is how much have I been enjoying the game. Obviously I've been putting in plenty of time on the other character. Oops. And I have been enjoying it. I'm not entirely certain how much of it is I'm not entirely sure how much of it is because, oh, it's like, okay, yeah, no, that's desirable. How much of it is necessarily feeling like classic Titan Quest, or if it is just they have made a good ARPG. That was very effective. One thing though, I should mention with the other character, basically I'm only using range, which is a little unfortunate. You know what, let me also look at something here. Okay, no. Okay, so Earth does also have something like this. I think that... But there's also an ability here. Well, wait, no, which one is it? Earth has an ability that will actually just, like, put a thing over your head that, so long as there's an amplified charge, whatever that means, it will just send out an attack, which is kind of neat. But unfortunately, it's like I just said, I got no idea what an amplified charge is. It's like we've got Overwhelm, we've got Amplify. What was another one? Because this was mentioning one. Overload, Rage. I have no idea about these different charges. That is one thing that is pissing me off. At least this I will grant, and I'm intentionally not filming this in, by the way. This is somewhat simplified compared to the compared to Titan Quest, especially because of how they are relating.
I need to wait.
Crap, I kind of lost my train of thought. I hate it when that happens. That's right. That it is a bit nicer in that regard. I definitely take that. But like there aren't a crazy number of stats that you have to manage, but you got a crazy number of charges that you have to manage, and it's like I don't even know how some of these are built. You know, are built up. Yeah, unused game and Overwhelm. Wait a minute. Does Overwhelm? Yes, Overwhelm. So those do work together. I'm just trying to make sure the map is clear there. Yeah, this is annoying. So here you have to hit a button to jump. Over there, it was just click on the thing. But yeah, so it's I don't know what all the different things are. So hopefully, in the Amplify, Overwhelm, Overload, Rage. I mean, it's just it does very much make me hope they will change some of that and simplify, because it's like what ability ties into what gives me this, how are they necessarily built, how do you gain them? It just, yeah. Nope. So, no. Here. What did it need? 58. Okay, so if I just hit that once. This is why I have not actually been filling those up. Which is itself a problem. That I don't feel that these are significant enough to translate to anything where it's like, oh yeah, I gotta go in and do this stuff. So Like, yeah, this is supposed to help with... okay, supports Magos robes, plated robes, and magical weapons. It's like, okay, how about you actually, like, tell me how it relates specifically? Like, how does it, if I do that... Because also... It's like, okay, fine. I'm not actually using any of those. I'm using bows, which are just set to give me elemental damage. I mean, it just... And I'm doing that on the other characters as well. I'm using a bow. But I have... With one of these... I'm actually using no, not onslaught. Huh. That's interesting. I guess that's only there. It changed, like, for Earth, I actually do have... It's for fire instead of cold, but regardless. So that isn't going to be helped by this? Or should it be? Because that's a spell. I mean, it's... I don't... You could have far better clarity here as far as why I should care about any of these. Like, what is it that actually adds things here that matter? I haven't put a single point into Vigor on the other character, because I've not needed to. I mean, it just... I do feel like this stuff... There might be good ideas going on, but it's like, yeah, you're not translating it to things that I'm reading. I mean, it's like, maybe if I just keep reading, I'll find all the information. But no, present it to... The thing is here, presented to me here. It is kind of my feeling on that. Right? So it's like, you know, if this is going to increase the damage that some of these abilities do, then give it to me. There. I mean, you know, let me see it here. Okay? So something like increases spell damage instead of telling me anything. And also, how does it support robes? I mean, is it just... doing that. So is it just... So here... Yeah, I'm just... Okay, plated robes, so it needs resistance and knowledge here, alright? So that's plated robes. Yeah, plated robes. So it's just saying, oh, you need it for this, for certain types of armor. It's like, okay. I, in a way, actually don't care about that. I really don't, because that's giving me access to it, not a bonus to it. But these things always say it. I mean, it says right there. So I don't need to go anywhere else. I mean, that's what I mean. Where don't tell me about that. Tell me what the... Like, is it improving... Like, yeah, that's also true. Is it... damn. Is it actually... Yeah, no, this is just allowing me to have access. It's not like it's actually increasing the damage. That's what I want to know. So actually, I do wonder if any of these are actually helping that. Or if it is... Yeah, basis for fire and cold damage. So it's actually... It kind of connects to here. So that would also connect to that. I mean, it just... It is kind of weird how it's like, you know, this is the thing that I actually care about, not this. This feeds into that. But it's still, I feel like you're not telling me information as to, okay, how does 96 actually have that impact? Actually result in what I want. So, yeah. Blah, 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 blah. For those of you that were wondering what you just missed, that's all it was. Oh, yes, I do want to do this, though, because I really, really am annoyed by the fact that inventory is on I all the way over. In the original game, C would actually open it up. But C is now for the list of character points. So here's what I'm going to do. There. So now I can just do that.
State your wish. You have already received the blessing of the gods. How dare
Oh, and this is also something that I wish were different, because it will auto-advance.
prove your work.
See? So if I read it and my timing is off just enough, and I hit continue, I end up, skipping something, and I can't.
You have been measured,
There's no way to go back and get it to
and you have been found
tell me what was said before.
worthy. Come and receive your blessing.
By the way, I also dropped the goal of illumination down to low, which honestly I can't really tell you it's made much of a visual difference, but it has improved the performance. Okay. So the other character is Earth and Rogue. I'm honestly tempted to do that again here because Rogue, go away. Just doing the preview, has this. And I know from other ARPGs, critical hit chance is very nice. You build that up. But I do want to try exploring everything, so let's see what this gives me, but I also need to get a drink of water, so give me just a moment. By the way, I've not been putting up any comments or anything, because right now the only true criticisms I have for this game compared to Titan Quest 1 is the UI. That I much prefer the straight, the horizontal and, well, yeah, just the horizontal UI of Titan Quest 1. And it's also the health potion thing. But I've rarely actually needed to use the health potions. So I'm saying yes, sometimes, but by and large, I'm moving around enough that there's the guard thing that gives me an energy shield where it's like, yeah, I think I've only died twice on the other one. Once against the Griffin. Crap, what was the other time I died? The other time I died, the game actually killed me. But hang on. So with weapon attacks, attack speed. See, one issue is, so long as I'm using the arrow, this stuff won't help. So it's like none of the well, actually, in one way that's helpful, because then I can focus exclusively on Storm. Yeah, I'm gonna do this because as it is with Rogue, I'm doing everything ranged, and Rogue doesn't really benefit from that. So yeah, let's just go with this then. What kind of weapon? Well, I guess it's just non-spell, so yeah, we'll just go with that. I don't need any storm. I don't think, well, actually I could do that. That might be a benefit. But I think I'd rather do that. Yeah, it doesn't say, how do you actually get more rage? Gain rage on first enemy hit. Is it just, you get, no, because it's maximum. I don't understand how this works. Is it, it puts you up to 10 and then just drains over time? See, that I'm going to do, because it does say has 10% lifesteal. It's like, I like that kind of stuff. But I'm leaving this alone still because I don't really need it.
Twice blessed of the gods.
Not yet.
The not yet is because I'm trying to do dodge before I have the additional charge. That is also something I would not complain if they change. The way they make it where you can, you don't have a limited number of charges. Yeah, it is neat. The just base weapon attacks here are actually, they get pretty nice. Which I could see that being something that they ultimately change. That, you know, it's like, no, we can't have somebody being that comfortable. Okay, so yes, this is a door. I'm wondering it's over here. How the thing to open it. It's over there. That is one thing. Always pay attention to the mini-map, because it helps you see that, oh wait, there's a little bit more over there. That, you know, it's like, oh no, it can go up here, same as how, like, over here. So I do recommend trying to watch for that stuff. Because you do end up finding things like this, where it's a bunch of yellow. Alright. Let's hit that and see what all we got. Okay. Do I want... Well, hey, actually, yeah, let's do that. Yeah. So, I have lost 11 agility, right? But notice that the weapon damage doesn't change at all. Even though this should be impacted by agility. I do see, yeah, cunning and fitness changes. So... Poison and lightning damage. Yeah, okay, so it's result. Well, actually, no. It should actually be either cunning or fitness, both of which would have changed for what a bow would do, even though it's all being converted over to lightning. Oh, sorry, cold damage. Cold damage. Which isn't even one of the things listed. Or does it fall? Okay, it does fall under that. Thermic. Because fire and cold go together. Okay. But nope, no change there. So, none of those stats seem to actually impact... Wait, hang on, let's put that on. Yeah. So despite the significant change... I mean, 11 agility is a lot. Despite that, there's actually no change in the damage. So on the one hand, that's nice because that's one thing that was annoying in Titan Quest. Is that so many things fed into so many other things that it just, okay, what is it that I actually want to invest in? And it just got so confusing that I just wouldn't bother with it. And it also would make me just stick with armor and such well after I probably should have changed out, because I'm getting these stats. Aren't those good stats? But then it's like, well, no, if you actually make this one change here, it's like, yes, you have fewer bonuses, but the increase to the stats is so significant and more than makes up for it. It's like, that can be hard to follow. Here it seems like, nah, none of that matters. Just pay attention to what's on the weapon. So that's simpler, which is helpful. But it's also still a little annoying because it's like, so what does feed into these things? Seems like nothing except for the actual ability itself. So upgrading this will increase the damage. But that's about it. And also changing the weapon. So
No one's crazy enough to go through the... What?
that is actually pretty slow. You know what? I'm gonna try that. Okay, what was? Let me see how this goes. It's supposed to be more damage, but it's already so slow to hit that I do wonder if that actually would be worth that. I think actually is going to be a fair upgrade. Eh, maybe not.
I need to wait.
Okay. Yeah, that wasn't quite that great. And also, what is flow? Where does that... I'm just thinking, is that, well... Nah, let's leave it at this. Oh, no. Well, okay, they're coming, so... By the way, one thing I have found a little amusing is some people leaving comments about how they don't like that even the lower enemies can... So, thing in Titan Quest 1 that a lot of people really like, and it is definitely good for the game, it does make it a more interesting experience, is you can see the weapons and equipment in general that an enemy has, and it can actually drop those. Some people I've seen have complained about, why is it that I'm getting such like good gear from a lowly enemy? It's like I've seen actually in Titan Quest 1 where no, you can get decent gear from the mobs. It's not very common. It might be over common here, but I don't want to complain too much about that because it's nice getting. Give me that. Crap. What is it? Endorphin? No. Is it endorphins? But I mean, go ahead and give me the thing that. Ooh, I just got new gear. Ooh, I just got new gear. Go ahead and where it actually might be decent. Tends not to be the case. Well, it might be decent, but not an upgrade for me. But it's like also having these around so you can.
That's not possible.
Pick those up. This is also, by the way, annoying. That it's like basically you always need to do it twice because if it's the vertical stacking gives you the most space. Because of just how they go in there, and it's one of those things where it's like on the one hand I don't want it to be just weight based.
Give that Griffin.
But on the other hand, probably the most reliable. So that you don't have to worry about just the order of things. Oops. Didn't look at the rings, I just want to do it last. Yeah, so it's like this gives more, because everything either is one across, which would just be these, or two across. It's just a vertical that changes, so always you want it sorted vertically. That's why my point is, it's like, it kind of makes it silly then that there's even a sort that puts it horizontal. No, it should always just sort of vertically, because that's the most efficient. Oh, I guess one thing to mention, the potions, the health potion, actually the NG potion as well, it doesn't seem that they give, they can just have bonuses on them, but it's not like one will ever give more than another. Well, like, the amount of health restored is based on, is based on your, your level, essentially, is what it feels like. Or maybe some stat that may also increase with level. I think it's most likely level. But you don't have to worry about like seeing a place that sells them and being like, oh, I need to check to see will give me more than 371. No, the 371 is based on something not connected to the potion itself. Same thing with the energy, it looks like. Because every time I found one, even if it is a higher level thing that I found, it's still... Oops. It's still, it's still the same value restored. Alright. There. There. No, no. I'm hitting all the wrong buttons. Alright, that actually could be very powerful. Alright. That's level 1. This would take 2 to get me another thing to add. Let's do it anyway, though. Wait, what? Oh, okay, passive. Let me also look at this. Yeah, let's do that. Up that. That's also what? Okay, put that there. But let's actually try the rage. Since I didn't realize that actually connected. Okay, so this is going to be interesting. I'm not feeling as confident with this guy, but it's just one of those. So this is the tutorial, and it is one of those. Things haven't really opened up yet as far as really feeling powerful. I'm not quite there yet, which is what it is. Not saying that's a bad thing, but I mean, it definitely on the other character. Once I got out of the prologue here and into the main thing, I really started feeling like, okay, I got some power. Maybe that's also just from using the Earth Mastery, but.
Well, if it isn't the hero of Proti Village. Come to bask in my presence, have you?
Not really.
Be warned, my servants were weak, but I am as terrible as I am beautiful!
Need to wait.
Okay, there. Damn it. Ow. Yeah, no, the rage thing is not doing it.
Not yet. Need to wait.
Ow. Ow. I'm not. I'm not ready to die here. I mean, I died the first time too with the other character, but it's still just this. It is very frustrating because, as I was saying, you don't quite feel powerful yet at this point.
Give that griffin a good...
Don't need any of this stuff. I doubt any of that would be helpful. I'm gonna do this as well. So I know it's gonna pillow box, but it just, I do want to do that. And yes, so you do get a death portal that is in there. That I do like. I think you also get a death portal anyway, which I'm okay with not having death portal. Like, if I died out here not getting it, I'd be okay if we still didn't have, if we didn't have that. But at the boss arena, that I do like. I approve of that. Because it was always so annoying having to run back in the original game. Ow. Don't like it's just annoying because like, oh yeah, hey, you're gonna be attacked, hit the dodge, don't dodge out of it, which is exactly why I increased the distance, but it's still not enough. Because it also did that actually track me? I didn't quite catch that, if it tracked me, which if that's the case, I despise that in all games. I really do. When it's like, oh yeah, this massive enemy that is focused this attack on you, it can follow you exactly where you're going. It's like, why? I mean, it's worse in some games where it's like literally they're swinging an axe or whatever in this massive axe that's bigger than your character, and it's like, oh yeah, we can totally redirect that while on the downswing. It's like, I don't think you understand how that, like right there, that attack, I'm sorry. I despise that games will do that. It's like, oh yeah, I can totally re-aim this attack while it is in the middle of attack, of actually coming down on me. That was lucky. I just happened to hit to heal when I did. Nope, wrong button. There we go.
Need to wait.
Whoa! No. Sorry. That's one of those, the game almost killed me there, but it was also kind of sort of my fault. Ah, That worked, yay! Okay, we're not destroying the nest yet. We're gonna look at this stuff first. Yeah, I think that one. I do like the health regeneration. I think the lightning damage might, well... Yeah, believe it or not, the lightning damage. Especially because it's weapon lightning damage. I don't know if that actually translates to anything. Okay. Okay, so now... Oh, yeah, hang on. It's... So we have gained divinity points, which can go here, so it can actually like reach a second level. I mean, it'll be on storm, so there. So that's undoubtedly what I will end up using. Okay, that actually would be. Yeah, that'll be nice. That'll be nice. Worry about it later, but okay. So that's also nice. So this how it will just passively be able to do damage to things around me. The Earth one can also do that. I'm just 18 meter radius. That is gonna be nice. Okay, so even though it's on the minimap, it's not there yet, and there's a reason why. And I need to not press any buttons for now.
At last. Do you know who I am? No, I didn't think so.
When subtitles coming up?
To your fate. She did a good job hiding you from me. Aristono, my priestess. But she couldn't hide you forever. I am Retribution herself. And you were marked for punishment long ago.
Goddess! Stop! I beg you! There's no justice in this punishment.
Justice? Ha! We're all just flies in the spider web of the fates. Blame them, not me.
Arayan! Now! Go! Run! I'll distract her. Get to the caves!
Okay, hang on. Sorry, I forgot to do that. So you had the pillow boxing. Yep.
The cliff! Hurry!
Run as far as you like. I will always pursue. The fates have cursed us both. I am showing you mercy.
Yeah, isn't it annoying that your passive movement speed is not actually enough to avoid those attacks? Okay.
It's my fault she found you. When you used the mastery shrines, it must have alerted her to your presence. I bought her some time, but we need to move. Nemesis's servants will be close by.
Yeah? So one thing I feel like mentioning, it does seem that tutorials are not coming up because I've already done this on the other account, the other character.
The truth is, she's wanted to destroy you since you were a baby. when she demanded I bring you to her for punishment.
Not sure why it lost tracking. I'm also not sure what is locking my abilities. Like what they're doing to me that's doing that, causing that. Because it's happened now twice at least. At least that is just, like, devastating them.
I couldn't do it.
When it's a direct hit. Most of the time, anyhow.
Eternal punishment.
Okay, yeah, it is inconsistent. Okay, I don't feel quite so bad. Just how the dodge is, it does seem that whether or not you go in one direction or another, the game decides that, and it can get annoying.
The boat. As long as you're on this island, Nemesis is a threat.
Oh, and I almost forgot. I do have one more thing to
We need to leave.
talk about. Okay. But we can get this moving.
Pyrgos. There's an entrance near there to the realm of the Moirai, the goddesses of fate. Nemesis fears you because of a prophecy. I don't know what prophecy, but the Moirai will be able to tell us. Here, wear this. Cover your face. And take this charm. My horse charm. It belongs to an old friend. It will protect you. And remember, seek the Moirai Temple.
I mean, yeah. I think we all knew she was gonna die.
So brave Aristano perished.
Always need to lose your mentor. That's how games work.
And the mortal fled. Storm-tossed, they sank beneath the waters, crying out for a protector.
The horse charm, in case you were wondering. Which... So how exactly is Poseidon fitting into this? Poseidon was the god of horses, so that's why I'm curious. And I even in the other character, I'm still not quite sure. Haven't gotten far enough yet for that. He will start talking to us before long. He becomes an advisor of sorts. And I want to see how long have I been going? Oh man, already about an hour? Alright. I want to move. I'd like to stop soon, but I'll keep going a little bit longer. So we have that. Obviously cannot go back. This will serve as where we start later.
Retribution. The mortal woke on a strange shore, alone.
Yeah, so the other thing, I have been hearing some about the Roblox controversy at the moment, which the short version is Roblox is primarily played by kids, but there are also adults because, I mean, technically adults should be allowed to play whatever games they want. The only problem is, because of all the kids there's also some very sick people that are doing sick things on there, or even just making sick minigames in Roblox. Completely inappropriate shit. And, well, some people have decided to expose the perverts. And apparently Roblox decided that they sent, what was it, like they sent a cease and desist letter? Like they're trying to get the people who are, technically in a way they are vigilantes. They're trying to get this information on who the sickos are. But Roblox is like, hey, you need to stop doing it. It's like, what are you doing to get the sickos off? And they're not doing nearly as much. It's like, why are you targeting these people that are trying to help the community, as opposed to those that are abusing and exploiting it? Yeah, but one thought that occurred to me with all that I do kind of wonder about is, it would seem to me a possible solution, like if I were to make a game that would be targeting kids in part, I'd be like, there's no such thing as a private message in there. No, obviously, you know, it's like they can be direct messages as far as, you know, like it's just players on your team that can see it, but that ultimately the message log is made public. Which technically would be a problem if you got some stupid person, adult child or otherwise, putting on stuff that identifies their location. But it still is if you're saying stuff you shouldn't be saying to kids, guess what? You are exposed. That is just upfront how the game will be working. I do just wonder if that, you know, sort of just the sunlight is best disinfectant kind of strategy, I do wonder if that would actually work. Because it doesn't seem totally unreasonable to me, but is also, I don't know all there's complications. But it is also, I mean, you almost certainly be getting some people sharing information they shouldn't. So that's also part of it. Some of the perverts are getting kids to, like, say where they live and such. It's like, yeah, no, you wouldn't want that stuff public. But still, I could believe that a default position of, no, all this information is public, is going to be public, may still dissuade a lot of the sickos. Because, like, you are going to be exposed. There's nothing here you can do that's in private. Now, yes, some people would point out, oh, but what about if they just go to a chat or something? And it also doesn't work so well for anything but, text chat. You can do that in voice chat. It's like, yeah. And then people may just go to other programs. Yeah. But it's still, you can't really hold, like, if there's a discussion going on while somebody's playing Roblox, but it's on Discord, you can't hold Roblox responsible for that. I mean, ultimately, there's also just that element of, it has to be, you know, parents properly parenting their child to not give such information, or maybe just don't have them on Roblox at all, sadly. I mean, it does suck that you have to just say, no, you cannot have this. But, yeah, it's sometimes what you gotta do. Yeah, lion, dolphin, and an owl. Okay. That. Okay. That would be a decent upgrade. 66. See, and that's why I just leave these points there. Because now... Wait, what? Ah, shit. Wait a minute. I told it the dolphin. Why did it give me the owl? Wait. Shit. This one. That was my mistake. But that's okay. That's okay. So it was... all the wrong buttons. I'm still enough points to do that. So that was just me being stupid. And still, as I'm typically using the bow anyway, so it's really not a big deal. But I was like, wait a minute, shouldn't I have gotten the staff? Nope, I was stupid there. But yeah, fundamentally though, with that stuff, it is parents gotta parent. Right, you gotta know what's on. I mean, hell, it can even be a don't let the child ever play online when you're not playing with them kind of thing. Which doesn't seem unreasonable to me. Means that you do not allow, like, Roblox is an online game. Okay, you don't get to play it except when I play with you. But I really want to play. It's like, nope, doesn't matter. It's like that is one thing with, like, a Minecraft. Yes, there are online servers, but you can also just play that solo on your own computer. That I would be far more trusting of. And don't get me wrong, I wouldn't want to say, no, you just can't play video games at all unless there's some other special issue going on, you know, with the child, but you do have to be responsible for what it is they are consuming.
Thank the gods! Remember the charm Aristino gave you? Shaped like a horse. That's me. We must have separated in the wreck. Hurry! Find me!
No, yeah. Oh, okay. You know what, that's actually good. True there. Ah, wrong button. Oh, wrong set. Actually, let me just... There. Let's do that. That I actually want there.
I need to wait.
Alright. Well, hey, let's... There. There. And... yeah, let's... There. Okay. Turn that off. Oh, I didn't even realize that there's a whole other thing here. Huh. I wonder if that's the case on the other one, too. Oh, that takes two. Okay. Well, that's... Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. So I'll need 2 points in this. Okay. So turn that back. See, that is one nice thing I will grant about these. Is that it, do I have a light in it? Yes, I do. Okay. Sure. Is that it does allow you to do some manipulation after the fact without having to just respec.
I can't do that.
What? Huh, I didn't realize we're technically that close. No, let's... this indecision's such a problem. This makes me just go longer. Oh, that got turned off. Yeah, it could also be clear if that's turned on or off. I mean, yeah, true, there is that. But you can actually have multiple abilities that do that, so it's not always as clear then. That is also something hopefully they do change. And it happens with the Earth spell as well. So the chance of the aura thing triggering a lightning strike, yeah, it hit it down there. So somewhere completely unhelpful. It's not hitting an enemy, it's hitting one of these. Something destructible. It's like, yeah, can we get that changed? It is very annoying. Okay. That is legitimately a reason to have continued exploring down here. I don't know if it matters, but I do like getting rid of the crab eggs. Just as a nice, making sure that they can't do anything.
Not yet.
So, let's actually do that then. Since it was cold damage, but that ring is boosting.
Can't do that.
Wanna bet? Oh wait, no, you're right. Oh. Here we go. Crap. Oh, wait. There. And that should be better. But, okay, that also does answer one question, though. This is actually the way to go, so I do need to go back. Okay, so the thing a little bit ago about, the little piece of mythology back at that statue, that's what it was actually tying to. So those medallions, the like bull medallion that I said it's a good thing I came down here and I got that, that's where it just got spent.
your claws off me! Ah, there. Thank the gods. Not just any talking horse. The talking horse that saved your life. You're welcome. Aristino charged me with helping you reach the Moirai, and keeping you safe. A goddess is hunting you, and I had no idea how to reach the Moirai. At least Nemesis seems to think you're dead for now. That's some good news. Well, one step at a time. Let's find out where we are.
While I was talking, I was taking care of something else. So I was looking away. Alright. Okay, so that is explored down there. Okay, so that's the next way to go, but let me just here make sure it's all cleared. I really hate these channeling things. They're just so annoying. Because they actually do a decent amount of damage. Fortunately, they turn slowly, but it's not always slow enough. And it could be clearer what is and isn't, the different levels, item levels. I mean, like, it just being at the edge is not that helpful.
Perhaps there's a village further up this road.
Legitimately, I am just trying to get the yellows because when I sell them, I'll make more. Oh, okay. Yeah, unfortunately, it is not like in Titan Quest where you can invest points in that.
What happened here?
And it gets you bonuses, ability, bonuses to these. It's not like that. But to be fair, we didn't have a divinity points. It was just, you had points that would be for active, passive, and that. So it was a bit more, you had to make certain decisions. This, I don't have a complaint with how it is set up, but I will grant that I can understand anyone that's like, oh, well, that removes some of the strategic decision making you need to give. Fair enough. But I don't feel like this change in the economy there is that bad.
Merchant again.
Track May, remember?
Money.
Langsy Road. Can't wait.
Funny.
Okay. Oh, hey. Yeah. Yeah. I'll hang on to that for a little bit. What do we got here? Uh-huh. Yeah, I think I'll take that, actually. Because that should be... some amount more power.
Oh, the misfun.
Okay, there. Here. 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 So very good. Well. Sure, actually do that, because it should be giving me the, should all be lightning anyway. Just hitting all the wrong buttons. Oh, yes, there. Okay. Volley is nice. Yeah, I'll keep what I got for now. You see, this is what I was mentioning earlier, that I will... Maybe that is actually a better piece of armor, but it's green, so the extra bonuses, I'll try to stay on that. And it's like, yeah, maybe that isn't the best, but it's what I do. For better or worse. Perfect.
They say only a god can open the temple of the Moirai. So first, we have to find a god, and then we have to find the Moirai temple. I wish Aristano were here.
Oh, the misfit.
It's up there. I'm gonna hang on to that stuff. Repository, these are the special items, so you're always holding on to him. Also currencies, so gold. But like the 3 coins earlier that were burned at the thing, and then gave me that green object, that green item, that's stored in the repository. Okay, so let me just make absolutely certain there, because now I shall stop. Alright, so yeah, a little bit of a longer one. After this, it should be easy for me to keep to about an hour. Or so, or even less, because once I get to the village, it can be much more like, instead of it being half-hour long or hour-long things I have to go on. Like, I mean, think about it. All I've done is in this video was get up to the griffin, kill the griffin. Yes, I died twice, but still kill the griffin, and then I'm still not, then from that, I'm still not out of that into the next village. Okay, so once I get to the village, it's more like, yeah, these things are like 10-15 minutes, or at least in 10-15 minutes you can go out, do something, come back. So it'll become easier to make the video shorter. Because I don't want these to just go on for an interminable length. Because I got other things I need to do on Fridays. But yeah, anyway. I think that's it. I don't think I got more to talk about. See you next time for part 3.